this conversation. So this is going to be like an invitation for as many who would like to defend to come on the show eventually in the coming days, maybe in the next 23 days, I do not know. But yeah, it's a conversation nonetheless that I think you and I should have. Welcome once again. I'm going to start like I started the last hour. Governance, or should I say government, in my opinion, primarily should be to manage the resources for the betterment of the individuals in that locality. So if someone is a local government administrator or in charge of a local government, be it the legislative arm or the executive arm, the person's responsibility is to help the individuals from that local government, or not even help. The person is mandated to manage the resources of that local government on behalf of the people in that local government. So if I am from, or I'm not if, I am actually from Asari Toro local government area, then it means that the person in charge is managing that or the resources for that local government on behalf of myself and as many people who are from that local government area. So same thing for Ikwere, same thing for Auda East, for Auda West, for Nelga, for Andon. I mean, it's the same thing, and it cuts across all 23 local government areas. For many years, the local government conversation, has been in the front burner. But last year, 2024, was 1 year local government administrators or future local government administrators will look back at and say, yes, that was like the turning point. Because apart from the fact that we had the Supreme Court's pronouncement sometime in June, we also had the battle here in Rivers State where there was the battle for who will become local government administrators in the state. There was to talk about an extension. There was to talk about caretaker. I mean, we got to learn a lot about the law and what it says about local government administration last year, given the events that happened. And because of that, I do believe that we came to some kind of agreement that more focus should be put on local government administration. We got to hear how much they get to earn every now and then. Remember, it was on this show where a then local government, or is it a former local government chairman, had said that his local government in 3 months had received over R1 billion. It was on this show. And then we did the calculation and we said, if that was the case, that means the local government was receiving somewhere between 300 and 400 million every month. You remember that conversation, right? And there was a time when I came across, a website by budget, and I was able to deduce that my local government, at the time was receiving about 500 million or close to. And that was then when the government at the federal level had just increased allocations to state and local governments as a result of subsidy removal. And, although there is the conversation stating that the federal government is yet to implement the Supreme Court judgments, some state governors, including Rivers State, claim that they are not in any way stopping local government from managing their finances. And if that is the case, we'll go back to the government class where we were told the local government is the closest government to the people. It's, the grassroots government. How have they helped to manage resources? And it takes us back to our conversation yesterday where some people were praising some local government chairman as far back as to the period of, caretaker, where there was the empowerment and all of that. And the reason why they are praising some of these local government chairmen was and still is because of these empowerment or should I call it welfare programs that they initiated. However, someone asked a very prudent question yesterday, a very salient question, and I've been trying to answer it in my head right from yesterday. And that is, was all of this budgeted for? Which then made me think, okay, go on Google or search for the various local government budgets. I couldn't find. I then started looking for news reports or social media posts on, budgets, because I do understand for the local governments to spend, the legislative arm of those local governments would have received the budget. And I think I did see a report sometime towards the end of last year. One of the local government had sent its budget to the legislative arm of government. So there's a possibility that it has happened. And I do believe, of course, that the executive arm cannot run its government without first submitting a budget to the legislative assembly. So I'm not doubting. I'm not saying there is no budget, but the question I'm asking myself is transparency at that level. We some of you have praised the governor for some level of transparency, how his operations are in the open and Rivers people can follow the money. Some of you have argued in that stead, but can we argue in the same manner for the 23 local government administrations? Yet again, there is the possibility there is a budget already, but how transparent is that budget? How accessible is that budget? That's one way I'm looking at the conversation. And the reason why I'm looking at this conversation is because I did see a report on one of the dailies today where in Lagos State, one local government, put out a budget of 11 billion naira. You heard me right, in Lagos State. And it got me thinking how, yes, 11 billion, depending on how you look at it, maybe big or small, but it showed that the people in that local government were being carried along, and it gave an insight as to how Lagos is able to achieve some of the economic prowess that it has achieved over the years, because the local governments are very much productive. And it took me back to the period of Obasanjo's time as president, when Bola Tinubu was governor, and he set up the LCDAs, and it shows how grassroots governance can be very much beneficial to the people as well. And this is not an attempt to criticize or an attempt to make the local government administrators in Rivers State look bad, but it's an attempt to look at how we can take advantage of local government administrations for the benefit of Rivers people. And so the first question then is, can we say there is financial transparency at the local government level? But yes, some would argue, it was just October that they came into office. They have been spending since October. Did they spend according to a budget? That's the second question. And of course, only them can answer that. I agree. But these are questions nonetheless. Then there is the third perspective to this conversation, which is, what are the goals and targets? I think I've asked this question before. But what are the goals and targets? Do you know the economic policies of the local government chairman in your local government? Do you know the economic direction? Because not every time we say, the governor is doing well, the governor is not doing well. It's not every time we look at the president and say the president is doing well, the president is not doing well. What about the local government? How can we unearth? How can we milk the local government administration, now that there is so much talk about financial autonomy for them, to bring out the best and even ensure that there is the healthy competition between the local governments? And that's my conversation for this hour. Because I'm looking at it and I'm saying, if we can get the best. Up until this political battle, a lot of us didn't even know how much was being given to the various local governments. Now we have an inkling, we have an insight into that. And so we need to keep talking until we get a full-blown knowledge. And it takes me to what I was watching. Was it on the BBC or was it Sky News a while ago? I was watching, parliamentary activities, and the people were very much a part of it. People who were in parliament were talking about emails and text messages and orders that they got from their wards, they got from the people in their districts, and they were fighting vigorously for it. Oh, in district XYZ, the people are complaining of lack of agricultural activities. In district XYZ, the people were complaining about security, and it was being discussed in the UK Parliament. But let's not go too far. Can we say that we've got access to legislative members in a various local government? What's the access rate like? Do we have access to them, or is it only when there is the sharing of welfare items that we get to see them? Do we have access to the chairman? Do we know the blueprint? I mean, yeah, we talk about the blueprint of the governor every now and then, and we argue, is it good, is it bad? Oh, is it intelligent, is it not intelligent? We argue the same for the president. But is it something we do at the local government level? Yeah. And I'm wondering, in the world that we find ourselves now, where technology is the order of the day, can we see the local government begin to use, in terms of fiscal transparency, use technology? I think I attended an event sometime. Was it last year? Was it this year now? I can't remember. Where they were teaching, budgeting, and they were teaching the local government administrators how to emulate budgeting as done in the state and federal level. Do we see such transparency being done at that level? And it comes back to, the people being carried along. But basically, I think I've talked too much. I'm just going to go to the phone lines. And my question is, how well do you think local government administration has fared since the change of guard, in October last year? And are you being carried along in local administration in Rivers State? I mean, you come from a particular local government, or you stay at a particular local government. Are you being carried along, or are you just being handed down policies and orders? Sometimes you don't even know about these things and you just come across them. I want to know, really. We're questioning the system once again, and I feel like I'm talking too much, but I still feel I should talk about these things. Let's go to the phone lines now. I will take my first call before the commercial, and after the commercial, we'll talk some more. We'll take some more calls. Okay, let's start with this one. 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello?
Yeah, welcome.
My name is Jude Ubani. I'm calling from Amuma local government.
All right, Jude, let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, question is, how have the local government fared since
October?
Since
and
they came
into office,
operation.
Yeah. And secondly, I the people.
Amuma local government,
Yeah.
in particular, has done very well. I have not been doing this, but I hate to do it. I tell you what, Amuma local government, since the coming of this administration, I was home on the 23rd of December, and I tell you what, the light never blinked a second.
Okay, but do you know?
Jude,
do you know the policy of this local government chairman? Do you know what his policy is for Amuma people in the 3 years that he will be in office? Do you have an idea?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
I do. Amuma people, I expect, and I don't care.
No, I'm not talking about expectation, Jude. I think we've talked about expectation before. I'm saying, are you aware of the policy of Amuma local government chairman? Are you aware of that policy?
No, his policy. No, I don't know about his policy.
Interesting.
Are you saying that we should know about the
Of course,
policy, everybody in the locality? You are talking about the locality now.
No, I'm saying
what the policy
I'm saying
the politicians are.
I'm saying you should
No,
know. Do you know the policy of the governor?
The policy, I don't.
Oh, you don't know the policy of the governor? Oh, okay, interesting.
No, you tell me.
Interesting. Jude, I've got to go. Jude, thank you very much for your time. Interesting conversations with Jude. So if the people being led do not know the policies of the people leading them, then what conversations are we having? But let's go for a quick commercial. When we return, we'll talk. In Port Harcourt, Rivers Police Commissioner warns against gas vendors operating without proper safety measures. Police arrest girl boyfriend for faking kidnap and collecting ransom. Court assumes jurisdiction to hear charge against former CBN Governor Emefiele, Jakpa Agbero Eba. 17 other Nigerian words added to Oxford Dictionary. On the foreign scene, France says Europe will not allow attacks on its sovereign borders. Details in the 6 p.m. bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215.
This is Hard Facts.
All right, welcome back. It's 5:31 p.m. I'm still asking the question. Questions. One is, how would you rate the local government administration since they came into office in October? And secondly, the second question has got to do with if you are aware of the policies of the various local government chairman, your local government chairman. Let's stay with your local government chairman. If you're aware of the policies, if you say they have done well, are you aware of the policies of the local government chairman? Maybe I should say it like this. I should ask it like this. I should put it like this. Are you aware of the vision and the mission of the local government chairman in charge of your local government? Back to the phone line, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. Call those numbers and let's get your thoughts. WhatsApp number 0809-030-641. 16. Okay, let's see if I've got messages via WhatsApp, and I'll go to the phone lines. This one says, to me, the Obiakpo local government chair is just media. It's just media out loud, but insufficient on projects for now. Maybe he's still working to put things in place, but until then, we wait. From Seifa Day. Seifa, thank you very much for your thoughts there. This one says, for me, Obiakpo chairman is doing well in some of the communities, but he has abandoned the people of Rumola since he came to power. Humble from Rumola. This one says, Mayor of Fargas Ebunwoye Chamati is really visible, accessible, and result-oriented. I am proud he is the current chairman, Marvin Eche, with that one. And this one says, greetings everyone. 11 billion naira for a local government Lagos state or for an LCDA, and please, the LCDA is still in Lagos or in other states. Plus, because what can 11 billion do for either? Lagos proposed budget for 2025, I read recently, is 3 trillion naira. Now, you're asking me what 11 billion, like I said, I'm not focused on whether it's big or small, but it got me thinking that there is the transparency, there is, the vision, the people are aware of what that local government chairman or administration intends to achieve. But since you asked, before I go to the phone lines, I'm gonna tell you, it's a local government, not LCDA. It's a local government, and it intends to spend 11.2 billion naira on certain issues. It has a clear blueprint of what it intends to achieve. Where is it again? So it wants to channel the money into healthcare, education, and to grow the infrastructure of that local government. And like you said, of course, not everything will be done by the local government. The state government will also do things in that local government as well. But let's listen to God's Power, who's calling from Rumudara. God's Power, welcome. What is on your mind?
Good evening, Kalada. My name is Ayeba Gospel.
I know that already. Let's hear your thoughts now.
Yes. I want to pretend not to come from Nigeria or River State. I want to be as very sincere as it should be.
Okay, let's hear your thoughts then, quickly.
So that there won't be any artificial silence.
Quickly.
Kalada, following the events in our local government councils, you will see people that were not actually prepared for governance. Because
stay with your stay with your local government, Godspire, or where you stay.
Yes.
The local government where you reside. Let's stay with that, please.
I am from Kana.
Okay.
I am from Kana,
Okay.
Canada.
Mm.
And since they were said to have been elected till today, there is nothing to show. The only thing you will see in Kana is infighting among themselves.
Do you know the policy?
No
Do you know it's? You're saying there is no. Are you sure there is no? Are you not saying that from a political standpoint when you say there is no blueprint?
It's not. I am a pastor in this matter right now.
Interesting.
On your second strand of the program, you said I was political.
Okay.
Now I want to be more spiritual.
Okay, interesting.
I'm being sincere now, Canada.
Okay.
In Kana, the only thing you will see going on is infight. As I speak, the chairman of APP that brought in Honorable Wimbo has been removed because he is in support of Marvin Yombana. Has been removed. That's infighting. Recently, councillors passed a vote of confidence.
Okay.
Just few months into office.
Okay.
On the chairman.
Okay.
So there's no blueprints. There is nothing on ground that they are doing.
All right. That's your take.
Government.
That's your take. I would have to hear from another person in Kana, local government area. But let's go to Bonnie or Nathaniel. I'm sorry if I kept you so long there. Let's come here. This one says, afternoon, Canada. This topic is the very beginning of the year, is actually the father topic of the year. Local government chairmen see the local government allocation as their personal odd and finances, where the reason the allocation comes to the local government area is mismanaged. Some local government chairmen see the allocation as a favor they are doing to the indigents of some local government areas, giving them basic amenities. Some local government is at a sorry state, no infrastructural development, no recreational development, no blueprint of developmental strides, even meeting up the dividends of democracy, like incentives during festive period seems like squeezing water out of a rock. And you said the Opobo in Korea is one bad example when it comes to that. During the Yuletide, where there was no Christmas to New Year bonuses, and you said they were not paid up till date. Kelvin in Port Harcourt. All right, Kelvin, I guess your own definition is Christmas and New Year bonuses. What do I know? But let's listen to Muriel, who's calling in from Okrika. Muriel, welcome. You're taking this.
Thank you, KDB. Good evening.
Yeah, greetings.
KDB, I think it is very important that we keep calling out the local government chairman.
I'm not calling them out, please, Muriel. This is not. I'm not calling any.
Let's keep talking.
Okay.
Fine, KDB. Let's keep talking about them.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's continue to put them on their toes.
Okay.
Let's let them know we know what is coming to them.
Okay.
Let's let them know that what they are doing is not commensurate to what they are getting.
Okay.
So this is very important.
Okay.
And I like it. Look, KDB, in my own local government, I can't see anything.
You don't see anything?
No, but for now, I'm not hearing anything. I'm asking.
Okay.
Most of the time, I'm in my village. Trust me that I'm not hearing anything for now.
Okay.
Maybe there are plans, on the pipeline.
But do you know the plans? Is there any way you can access and say,
none whatsoever, KDB, none. But I believe in due time we're going to be hearing some good things, hopefully.
So sorry, Muriel. I have so many questions. I'm sorry I keep interrupting or disrupting your thoughts. So are you saying there is nothing like a town hall meeting where the people are told this is what I want to do, this is where I want to go, this is where I want to leave the local government at once I am done being your local government?
Okay, something like that has taken place.
Okay.
Yeah. I've confirmed that I heard that something like that took place, happened, and the local government chairman called some persons, even about schools as well. Call some principals and ask them what they need, the kind of thing. After I started calling out, talking about the girls' school in the community, And I think it is one of the responsibilities, of the local government chairman as well.
Okay.
So I heard that there was some calls were made and some people were called to find out what they want, but we've not seen anything. I visited the school. I keep checking, but I've not seen anything.
Do you know?
Okay,
go ahead.
They just got in, and let's give them some time. But KDB, I really hope that we'll see something at least 80 to 70%, commensurate on what they are getting, because they are getting so much. The kind of money they are getting is mind-boggling. It's fearful, when somebody hears it, and they should do something. At least 80% commensurate to what we are getting. Right. So we should keep talking about them. We should keep talking about every local government. So when it comes to this local government matter, people should call in. Right. And sometimes people don't call in. It's only when they hear
Mayor, thank you. Mayor, one final question, because I've got to let you go at this point. Your 2 minutes is way up. Do you know the budget of your local government?
If I know what?
The budget of your local government. Is there a budget? Do you know?
KDB. It's like you're asking me to go to a lion, and then take up his tail and check what is.
Right. Mayor, that's not supposed to be. That's not supposed to be. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for your thoughts. Let's come in here. I like answers like Marvin's. Marvin EHA says the mayor of Faga is building an educational hub which is under construction. His policies are centered on education, people's welfare, health, and general development. Kudos to him. Marvin EHA seems to be very much abreast with what is happening in his local government. But let's come here. This one says Omuma local government is on the right track. For about a month now, the electricity in the LGA has not blinked a second. The local government authority paid the bill. Interesting. So I guess that local government is focused on power generation, but then how are the people in that local government utilizing power? What is the policy? Anyways, thank you very much for that information. This one says Muriel, I think you meant, failed to tell you last month's salary has not been paid till now. I remain anonymous from Okrika. That's for local government, right? Okay, interesting. Keep it coming. This one says the local government council chairman came into office 3 months ago. I think all the local government councils have a budget they're working on. The local government autonomy would also help the local government administration to move on. In terms of embarking on projects, I have not seen any tangible projects embarked upon by the local government council chairman. The new minimum wage of 70,000 naira local government staff have not received. Owanate Clinton West. Owanate, do you know your council? I don't want you to talk general. I don't want you to make a generic statement. Let's focus on your local government. And once again, this is, of course, an invitation to the local government chairman and administrators to come tell us, some of these things and, make it plain and make it very transparent for their people. But do you know what the budget is like in your own local government? Let's go to Kana, where Kabari is calling in from, and I wonder if you will agree with the first caller who called in from Kana local government area. Kabari, welcome.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year, greetings.
Yeah, greetings to you as well.
If I don't second the position of my brother, that's how I would just got from Canada, that means I am remembering things.
No, let's not do that. Let's hear your own opinion. Everybody's entitled to theirs.
He is on point.
He's on point. Oh, I see.
Is on point.
Interesting.
Yes, he's more on point.
Interesting.
Canada, my brother. I will speak to Canada. The truth is, from the past leaders and present leaders, among Chicana LGA best leaders with ideals and policies. Ghana LGA is one of the LGAs in River State that is not going on with policy.
That is what? I didn't get that last part. That is what?
Ghana LGA has never, and up to this moment, it's not been done with policy.
It's not been run with policies. Yeah.
Policy enables the society to drive itself. Yes. A lot of persons don't understand what is policy.
Okay.
With policy, the chairman, the labor on the part of the chairman here, it will not look. The service, the duty on the chairman here wouldn't be sitting. That is policy. The LGA will be rolling itself. Nothing, no presence of past Ghana LGA chairman, and including current in Ghana local government areas of River State. Bori, which is one of the HSCT in River State, lacks water in some critical part of Ghana.
But of course, we know the sensitive situation in Kana or in the Ogoni area, Ogoni axis of River State. Of course, there is remediation going on. So, can you blame the local government chairman for not having water supply? Drinking water. Think about it.
Kalada, are you saying that in Bori, that everybody who resides in Bori are consuming water from the remediation? The answer is no. We are talking about individuals in Bori have boreholes.
All right.
They do.
Kabari, I've got to go.
Only what the chairman in Ghana does currently that I attest to is that they are donating transformer in Bori.
All right, Kabari, that at least that's something. But I've got to go, really, Kabari. I'm sorry. I've got Caleb who's been waiting.
Hello?
Yeah, Caleb, welcome. Let's hear your thoughts, please.
Yes. Thank you, Canada. Yes, assessing and examining the local government chairman, the illegal local government chairman.
No. Caleb, we're not. Caleb, we're not. Caleb, we're not politicizing this conversation. It's basically about the people.
I don't expect them to do anything because of how they came in. So most of this thing is garbage in, garbage out.
All right, Caleb, I'm sorry. I would have to let you go at this point. Ezekiel from Ubumini, welcome. Ezekiel, what's on your mind, please?
Good evening, Canada.
Yeah, welcome, Ezekiel.
Canada, if I may ask, what is the difference between manifesto and policy introduction?
It's the same, I guess.
Hello?
I said it is the same, I guess. Yeah, manifesto is telling us what you want to do.
You said it's the same, right?
Yeah, similar. It's almost the same. Yeah.
Now, if not for your few interviews or some occasions where the chairman or let me say my chairman had let us know few of his proposals or policies, as we call it, I think I personally, Ezekiel Ojono, don't know my chairman's policy.
But your chairman is always almost in the news, talking about what he intends to do. So are you saying you don't know what your chairman? Because I'm abreast with what's happening in MOA.
That is what I'm saying, Mr.
Okay.
That if not for your interview or other maybe events that he normally say one or two things. Ordinarily, we the local government in the rural areas,
the residents,
are supposed to know the policy of our chairman. Now, let me tell you, since his assumption in office, he was able to finish or complete the uncompleted 1 kilometer road halfway, which the former chairman left. I don't know if you're getting me.
I'm listening
now,
to you.
My community link road to Aura is yet to be attended. My internal roads are yet to be attended to. As many as internal roads, Ubumini is yet to be fixed up. The Boriban State School 1 in Ubumini here is yet to be completed. Power is not properly and substantially installed in Ubumini community. I think you're getting
so you're more particular about Ezekiel.
I believe
you are more particular about Ubumini. What about other places? There are other places in MOA. There's Indele. There's what's it called? There are several places. I can't remember the names now, but there's several places. There's Rumuji.
I think I'm a traditional ruler who resides in Ubumini community and also knows whatever thing that is going on in my community.
Okay.
So I must be specific.
Okay.
I don't know about other communities.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, as I can. But let's now read messages. Let's focus on messages. Let's come here. Lady V says, Anthony, local government chairman, is doing well. He came prepared. So can you tell me about his blueprint, you know? This one, as the chairman of Ogubolo engineer, you called his name. It's not Engineer Ishmael Ofori Bika has done great just months with the initiation of landmark projects and empowerment program that has helped reduce poverty. Okay, that's chairman of Ogubolo, right? Ofori Bika. Totally forgot. Ofori Bika has done great just months with the initiation of landmark project and empowerment program. Okay, interesting. This one says cars to all the councillors and transformers to the people of Oyigbo. In our LJ, we know him as capacity leadership even before he became the chairman of Oyigbo. Indu from Oyigbo, okay? Oyigbo people are happy, I guess. But this one says, your question is apt. Unfortunately, you're asking people who believe that the federal government is responsible for everything and should do everything, while their state government and local government chairmen are licensed to share or loot the funds to be aware of the policies of their local government council chairman. Canada, it is shake table. He said, I was at a particular state outside the South. I saw what the local government council chairman is doing in terms of development. Then I wept for Delta, Bayelsa, and River States. Indeed, we are joking here. Currently, Ogoja local government of Cross River State has a transport line that conveys people intra and inter the local government area at a low cost because it is a policy of the local government driven by the chairman. Even the state governor was marveled by the programs of the local government chairman here in River State. What we see as media hype and propaganda, Emifiaka. But I know a local government that has got a transport company. Is it Obolga, right? I think it has a transport company where it takes people intra local government. But let's see this one. It just says there is absolutely no vision for Anthony LJ. Nothing is happening in the area. There was sporadic shooting at the carnival organized by the chairman, leaving so many people injured and several items missing, but no official statement from the council as to what happened. Neither concern for the victims since on Sunday when this sad incident happened. There's been no flash of light since the state government set up caretaker committee chairman till now in the headquarters of the LG and other adjoining communities. No visible development of any kind in Anthony. To cut a long story short, there is no blueprint in this present government for Anthony people. Uche Biariko. But Uche, that's not what Lady V said. Lady V said that so much is going on well in that local government that Honorable Lazarus Gogote in Teoguile is doing very well. So I wonder why. So many messages. But I want to say this, and this just has to be candid. I don't know or have the blueprint of any LGA chair, even the governor of the state. But the truth is that it is a norm in Nigeria that most of our politically elected leaders don't have vision. That's why we are where we are today, and we can hold them responsible from Seifa with that one. Let's come here. This one says, in Anthony LJ, the council boss is really trying. He has built health center in Otafo community, Okoloile community, Okoroboile community, built 6-block classroom in Isiodum, pipe-borne drinking water in Egbo room, or is it Egbo Mum? Electricity in the council headquarters. I thought someone just said no electricity. I'm confused now. But you said empowered over 1,100 person with 50,000 naira each, renovated council legislative building, completed the Star Hotel building. Okay, this is coming from Edwin from Onyeda. I think I've read a lot. Where do I start from now? We'll continue maybe after the major news. For now, let's go for a break.